Yay, I am finally home. I managed to go to the grocery store. I ran out of salad stuff last night. I've got 4 hamburgers and 2 ribeyes in there. And for some weird reason, I have somehow this week, hormones, I don't know, have lost my taste for meat. I may have to go into the refrigerator, the freezer, clean it out, and just put them fuckers in there. It's weird. Anyway. Following this is going to be short. Following this is what I thought would be my last load. It turned out not to be my last load. And I was experiencing a really grateful case of the fuckets on my last load because I went to the footing that I went to yesterday for that one contractor, the rock, paper, scissors guy. He finished the cut. So he cuts them in increments when they're huge. So he'll cut half of it. That way you're not reaching, you're not having to drive through the ditches, whatever. He just maps it out and he cuts it in increments and you fill it in increments. So anyway, finished him up. I should have probably filmed it because working with him is, at one point in time, he was like a control freak. But he did teach me a lot of tricks in pouring footings. So I got to hand him that. But at one point, it was like, Jesus, dude, after 5 years, you don't trust that I, show me the line and I'll do it. So anyway, the guy who used to help him finish these went out on his own. So he has his own footing company now. And he's a darling. I absolutely adore him. And so he had said to me one day, he's like, I couldn't believe it. I guess there was bad blood, right? And when he told me, I was really upset. I was like, that's fucking tacky. I was like, man. He said, but there is one good thing about it. I was like, what is that? He said, the dude that he's got working with him fucking told him off when, you're a motherfucking control freak. You freaking dictate their every fucking move. You drive their trucks from the ground. Jesus, they're waiting on you. Most of them can probably do this in their sleep. He has lightened up since. Thank God. I was like, dude, bless your heart. He stood up to him. So now it's like it goes smooth. It's like, thank God. When that guy came along, he was a blessing. Dude going out on his own. Yeah. Just one time of, correcting them. They're not perfect either, finishers. This guy has always had to micromanage everything. So it's kind of a bad habit of his. And he had it thrown in his face. And eureka. It's kind of like one of our other contractors. One day they had told me, try not to get any dirt on the street. And then they go and wash down their shit right in front of my tires where I have to drive through it. And I just said, that's going to be impossible after the mud you just made. Right in front of my tire. I said, can we practice pulling the hose out and going away from my truck with your stuff? One, don't slop it up if it's already sloppy. And one, I won't drive through it if it ain't. Either way. They no longer wash it out in front of me if I have to drive through it. How many years have these guys been doing this job? And no one's told them? They don't do it anymore, But yeah, I love pouring for them too. Oh God, favorites. I have my favorites. I have my other ones where I'm like, oh, please, please, dear God, please. Yeah, like the ones that I broke the brake line on. Yeah, I should have had a beer that day. But no, I just got home. I just did over 12 hours. Yeah, a little over 12 hours. And yeah, it deserves one. Maybe this will stimulate my stomach to wake up and get hungry. Because I haven't eaten for 24 hours. Anyway, God, that tastes yummy. And the ones that I have are in the back seat of the truck, and they're probably warm. Ain't gonna be having two. But tomorrow, I have to be in work at 2 o'clock in the morning. And we are rolling up to Kentucky. So we're going to be running out of Kentucky tomorrow. Probably the whole day. So, good stuff. Can't wait. Kind of excited. Ain't been up there in a minute. So, with that being said... Oh, wait. The guy that I was watching earlier today, I was actually kind of updating on the Milton hurricane stuff. And I watched DeSantis with his update on everything, and I was like, God, I love that man. I wish he had stayed in the running. I really, really fucking do. I would have voted for him. I mean, I do. I like him. I like him. I like the way he talks to people, and I like the way he runs shit. But I was watching that. But before that, I was watching the guy who was kind of giving the foreshadow of what was going to happen with Milton and everything. And one of the things, the terms that I didn't even know what it was. I was in my 30s when I moved to Florida. And it's called the storm surge. A lot of people don't understand even what that is exactly. Now, surprisingly, from what I was hearing, Helena's storm surge and Milton's storm surge were completely different. Even though Milton was a Category 5, their storm surge was only like 8 to 10 feet. Helena's was like 15 to 20. And here I'm going to explain why, even though Helena was only a 4. Pay attention, because it gets a little weird. All right. So, depending on how far the land, for that matter, is above sea level, is one of the biggest factors as to how much of this storm surge you're actually going to feel. The factors are this: the moonrise, the moonset, the phase of the moon, the tides. So when the hurricane is X number of miles offshore, and the tide is high, and it's way out to sea, okay? And then the tide comes in and out every single day. It goes down, it comes back in. It goes down, it comes back in. Depending on how the rotation, the speed of it, and how fast this thing is actually moving directionally, not so much spinning, because it can spin in place for days. How fast it actually starts to move when the jet stream starts to push it into what phase of the tide. So what Helena had done, and it kind of, it all adds up. But what Helena had done was it caught it when it was mid-rise. And given as how far that tide was out, as it was traveling in, Helena grabbed it and pushed it. So that factor added to how much actually went onto the land gives the rise and the storm surge. Milton caught it when it was in low tide. So Helena caught it mid-tide, Milton caught it low tide. Milton was a Category 5. Helena was a Category 4. Helena pulled it in. It went 15 to 20 feet. Depending on how high sea level that area is, roughly where it made impact, I would say probably 50 to 100 feet above sea level. Whereas where Milton hit, and it was on low tide, and the time that it actually made landfall was on low tide versus high tide and whatnot. That area is anywhere from 6 inches to 50 feet above sea level. So they take all of these factors into play. So depending on how high you are above sea level and how far inland you are will determine what kind of an effect or what kind of flood factor you're going to deal with. So when they're talking about storm surge, they're actually talking about their projected idea of when this hurricane is going to make landfall and where the water is going to be within its low tide and high tide, in and out. That's why it's always, 8 to 10 feet, because it comes in faster than it goes out. And they take that into factor. So, that is storm surge. Period. That's what it is. How the hurricane grabs the tide as it's either coming in or going out, and determine where your elevation is how much of a flood you're going to experience, given those factors. Hurricane Charlie, it was a Category 2, barely. They had the storm surge anywhere 4 to 6 feet. I was in Naples. It was 6 inches above sea level. I'm a mile inland. Well, actually, they had to go through 10,000 Islands because it was like a mile away from us. Like, right there. 10,000 Islands was right there. So I was a mile from the coast. We got nothing. Just being 6 inches above, because what it did was it grabbed land at low tide. That worked. And it wasn't moving very fast. I mean, I think actually Charlie moved pretty quick inland, but it just didn't have a lot of power to it. Wilma, she took her time. Storm surge for her was 6 to 8 feet, I think, if I remember correctly. It's been a minute. And we were 6 inches above sea level. Shoreline's a mile away. The house had about 3 to 4 inches of water. You could see the line, because the girl who was redoing the house next to me, quite literally, she had just painted the baseboards. And then the water, and she could see all the bubbling. She had to go in and scrape it all off. Yeah, I remember that detail. But my kitchen had maybe 1/4 of an inch of glaze on it. And we were right next to each other. So it just... yeah. I was a little further up the hill than her. That's all. But yeah. Not too bad at all. I didn't get 4 feet of water in my house, even though there was a 4 to 6 foot storm surge. See what I'm saying? Kind of all adds up. But anyway. There you go. I'll compile all these, delete some stuff, and get this put out. And I'm going to finish my beer and think about what the heck I'm going to eat for dinner. Happy Thursday, y'all. 60 hours. I am ready to go home. And he just sent me and old girl out here where there's a gate. And there ain't nobody here. And he didn't give us a code either. There's a gate. You can't open it without a code. So I had to call him and be like, is there someone going to come and escort us in? Because it's closed off area with a fucking gate? Or give me a code so I can open the fucking gate myself. $111 yards. We ain't got time for this shit. And I don't know if they're pumping it or what. I have no idea. And the dude that they sent first anywho, yeah, this is the stuff I don't like dealing with. I'd rather go do gymnastics in a footing somewhere. Oh, here they come. Finally. Yeah, they need to just stage somebody. Hold this fucking door open. Gate open. They had to come and get me the last time I came here. They're not real bright. Same spot we were before? Okay. Sun is killing me. Like I'm getting vampire syndrome. Catch fucking fire and shit. Yeah, 111 yards. You don't. Your ass just needs to stay there at that fucking gate, yo. See these very often. Ever. I think I poured into it twice in 9 years. Yeah. Oh man, he drives like shit too. Sorry, dude. You do. You give me 10 extra feet, I can do miracles with this truck. soaking girl behind me. But yeah, there's plenty of room. He can pull up and back up this way and come out forward if he needs to. Flowable fill footing. So basically, they couldn't reach bedrock. So they're creating their own. That is what we are doing. So yeah, they're doing a conveyor. Interesting. Wouldn't have been my first choice. Not at all. Alright, when it's my turn, I'll flip it around so you can see it. Not excited. OMG. This, it's like punishment. They're going so slow. We've been here 15 minutes already. I got out, I went up, talked to the guy. Oh, are you catching up or are you empty? What you doing? But yeah, it's just after 9 o'clock. He's high spinning. I don't know if he's high spinning to help shake the shit off, or if he's high spinning to keep up with the conveyor belt. Well, now he's charging. Oh, now he's backing out. I've been up all night. I ain't got patience for this slow ass shit. I'd rather be sent to a damn footing. I'd rather be sent to 3 fucking footings back to back and do a 14-hour shift than have to sit at one of these slow ass fuckers for any amount of time. Come on, dude. Straight back. Oh God, there's 4 of us stacked up now. Who the fuck is that? 3, well, I don't know. I don't think they had him on nights last night. I think they waited and brought him into the days today. I'd rather be on nights. If you're gonna put me on nights, you keep me on fucking nights. All week long. Don't try to get creative. Zigzag me. My temperament becomes uncontrollable. And of course they've got the, you know, the non-parking motherfuckers in the way. With this goofy bastard who does not know how to back up. If he is smart, he would have pulled up and backed his ass up parallel to the pump. You can't do that, Terry. You can't. Just come back. Come straight back. What is he doing? He's gonna... No. Terry, you're gonna have to... I gotta get out. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna flip it around now. Army Corps of Engineers putting in a transformer. Give you a bird's eye of what we're working with here. That's the conveyor belt. And my favorite pump people. Exciting stuff. Well, I had to back dude out. He was trying to do it. I'm like, hey, Austin Powers, we're waiting on you. I was like, it's easier just to back out. Why are you making it difficult? I had to employ my awesome military-trained ground guiding skills. And he still wasn't following directions. Anybody who's ever been a ground guide in the military, someone don't follow directions, you throw a water bottle at their fucking mirror. I didn't have one. Usually we have one. For that sole purpose altogether. Like a knife. Fuck's sake. He did this shit the other day. What job were we at? Oh, it was a great big building, and the guy was behind him trying to get him to turn a certain way to make it easier on him, right? He fucking ignored the dude. I'm like, I'm watching, I'm like, where is he going? This is why he's part-time, and this is why he only does pumps. But I don't think he understands that if he was doing something different, technically, it might be easier on him. He needs to hone his backing skills, because this is horrifying. I mean, it's one thing to be nervous about backing up. It's another thing to not even follow somebody who's trying to help you. Because I've been in situations like, I need your eyes back there. I'm not, I can't see what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I have my moments. And or the job is kinky enough. It's an awesome horn. It sounds like a siren. Oh my God. Yeah, big asshole. So anyway, I was watching, I can't remember his damn name, the content creator. He brings up a lot of socio-political stuff. I'm gonna link him in the bottom, I think. Yeah. I was watching a lot of different stuff today. I watched the episode of the Y-Files. It was talking about the Project Bluebeam. The thing I like about the Y-Files is that he does a lot of research and discusses a lot of things that, you know, these conspiracy theories, these tinfoil hat things. And he gives you the facts, and then he gives you the debunk or the misinterpretation and or the hasn't been proven. But you know what? Anything's possible kind of concept at the end. Not to mention Hecklefish is funny as fuck. I like Hecklefish. Yeah, him and the crazy camel toe and eating beaver shit is hysterical to me. Oh, you want to come forward a little bit? Oh, okay. Okay. Hang on a minute. I'm going to drift if I don't get it. There we go. Okie dokie. I didn't realize this company had one of these. I don't see it very often. This conveyor belt pump. There we go. There we go. I'm out. Woo woo! Look at it. Alright, how long was that? Let's check the time. Oh, old girl gonna be happy. 5. Oh no, that's off. The screen went black, so yeah, there's no count. So anyway, see you on the far side after I wash that. Alright, I'm done. I'm going to back all the way out of here. Because we got 2 morons who parked right in the fucking thick of it. I have absolutely no idea what their purpose is, and they're parked right in it. Where I would have, like literally, where I washed out at is in a pan. They've got this big mound with plastic in it that they wanted us to use. But these 2 knuckleheads parked right in the path where I would turn in to use that plastic area. And then back up to where the dude that's overseeing the project came out and told them they needed to move because they were right in our way. I went ahead and finished washing out in the pan. Because in order for me to have backed out, I would have probably hit one of them. To get pointed in the right direction, I might as well just use this whole street to my advantage. It ain't hurting nobody for me to back out. Twisty and turning, it's a fucking straightaway. It's too easy. Anyway, I think they realized their error when they saw me back all the way down the fucking road, because I ain't messing with them. They stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Anyway, on my way back. No water needed. I slumped it before I left, so I'd make sure that it would be right by the time I got here, and I wouldn't have to mess with my water tank at all. It's one of those flowable fill jobs where I don't have to add anything to it. They put it in when they batch us, which is nice. Saves time. Easier. It's a little easier to be able to tell what kind of slump I am too. I don't know what the hell it's going to turn into after I add all that powder and shit to it. Alright. This guy must be bored. Every time a truck shows up, he has to pull up to the gate to open it. Instead of just parking in the sensor and leaving it open. That's what I would do. Fuck. Alright, let's see if he's going to be generous and send us home. Or the other way. We want to go this way home. Alright, it's easier. Anywho, alright. Hopefully this is the close of my day, and if it ain't, I'll